All right, we are on our third speaker today, and we've been grateful for our first two. In between sessions, we were giving some suggestions and some highlights, and so we'd like to encourage our viewers, especially Dr. McVitie, if you could do that for us as well. Okay, we're headed to third speaker, and again, just like what we did with Roel and Jeff, just relax. When you're ready to start, give me a thumbs up, and we'll start the timer. Okay.
The actions that we do in our emotions can make us or break us. And as I continue on with my sermon, probably can apply on this verse that we have. My text is on Numbers chapter 20, verse 1 to 13. And it's the holiness of God. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you so much for this night that we can honor you and serving you by learning more about you. We deliver your words to others as well, Lord. We pray that your guidance and the Holy Spirit will be indwelling us as we preach tonight. As I preach tonight, Lord. Pray that the Holy Spirit will guide me to deliver your words to others. Lord, we love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Today I would like to share with you how God shows holiness to the people of Israel, even in the midst of their disobedience to Him. Let me ask you this.
Speak a little closer to the microphone so Dr. McVitie can hear you.
Let me ask you these questions. What is your trouble tonight? What is your madness with God in your life? Do you serve God seriously? The background for my text is when the Israelites enrolled to the place where God told them to be. This is when Moses showed his disobedience to God. In my text, verse 1 to 5, the disobedience of the Israelites people. When the Israelites arrived to the desert of Sin at Kadesh, they didn't have water to drink. There, Miriam died and was buried. Miriam is the sister of Moses, who cared for him when he was just a baby. Miriam making sure that he get to the fairest queen batting down the riverbank in a floating basket. This place, these were the people quarrel with God and also with Moses. People blaming Moses why they even went to this place because it's a barren place. You can picture in your mind a desert place, a barren place without water. You'll be sweating, you'll be grumbling, you'll be making trouble. And that's what Moses was seeking from the people. So Moses and his brother Aaron went to the tent of prayer. They bowed down and seek God. And God is so gracious. He heard their calling. And God told Moses and Aaron to take the staff, gather the people in front of the rock, so that in the eyes of the people, they'll see the holiness of God when the water provide that water from that rock. So when Moses and Aaron received this command from God, that's in verse 1 to 5, they followed God. This is the point that when Moses and Aaron disobeyed God. As I stated in verse 1 to 5, we follow on with the next verse. They followed God's command by taking a staff, gathering the people in front of the rock. But Moses got angry at the people. And that's when Moses did something bad to the people and also to God. Let's open our Bible to the verse in Numbers, verse 10. That's chapter 20, verse 10. And I'm going to read this in NIV version, and it states here. He and Aaron gathered the assembly together in front of the rock. And Moses said to them, "Listen, you rebels, must we bring you water out of this rock?" Friend, that verse itself, it reminds me about power hunger. When he said, "Listen," he's trying to get the people's attention at that point. And I can relate to this, and let me tell you a story when I was at my boot camp at Fort Benning, Georgia. The story of my drill sergeant. My drill sergeant back then is a mean-looking guy. One day he caught me sleeping on duty, and he got mad at me. Someone in our group yelled, "Attention!" Everybody got up and fell. Because at that time, during the month of June, July, temperature goes up to 120 degrees. And you can even work. And what they do to us is that we gathered us around the shade area and just sit, but don't sleep. And the drill sergeant keeps on coming towards me. And he said, "You, pineapple head, why are you sleeping on duty?" His words make me smile. It's like I'm smiling now. Because it's a foreign words to me. Calling me pineapple head. Like going back to our roots. It's power hungry. and he calls me pineapple. And at the same time, looking at these, when we get mad, sometimes we don't realize that that madness that we show is a childish act. Just like me, I was smiling at him, even though he was scolding me. Because it's so funny that he's calling me pineapple head. Friends, I know when we get mad sometimes, let's just think about God's loving to us always. And that's what happened on this verse that I read to you about Moses. And at the same time, we don't forget about the consequences. This is one of my points here, the consequences for Moses and Aaron, not trusting God uh, in doing the instructions. And this is from verse 4. And what God told them is that Moses and Aaron, for not trusting God, they will not lead the people into the land that God told them to live in. And verse 13 tells us how God demonstrated His holiness among the people of Israel. And my points to this is how God showed His holiness to the Israel people, even in the midst of their disobedience and trust in God. Brothers and sisters, let's keep our eyes on the Lord, because you are uniquely made by God. Image, He loves you and me, and even in the midst of our suffering. Let me tell you about my story when my in-laws came back from the Philippines. My wife received a call from them at the airport asking them to be picked up. And I asked my wife, did they tell you either they were just coming up from the plane or they already gone through customs and be ready to pick up? And because this information wasn't put out, I was getting mad just to get all this information from her because the traffic that I'm thinking that I have to go through, and also the airport security. So just by acting childish like that, that anger came into me, and I thought about it, and it wasn't right that feeling and showing towards my wife, because she was the one that telling me to pick my. And at the end, because of this happening, it triggered my thinking when we was looking for a text to give a sermon on. So I was thinking about this person. It's really fit on this, and I can apply really to my life that either today, yesterday, or even now, you feel bad to someone. Think about it when you do that. It's a childish act. So God is holy. So if you trust Him, if you abide in Him, He'll love you no matter what. And that's all I have for tonight. My brothers and sisters, it's it's how God showed His holiness to the people of Israel, even in the midst of disobedience, even as well as well. That's right. Holy Father, Lord, we thank you for your words. We pray for your forgiveness for all the sins that we committed, Lord. The bad thoughts, deeds, and words, Lord. Lord, as we continue on in culture. shaking here. We pray for your guidance upon us, that we can enjoy and learn to see you. Lord, we love you. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Oh, it's very hard to preach.
Let's give you some breathing room. Just sit
Amen.
down first. Go ahead. Students, finish your notes. Click submit if you need to submit that right now. And then we're going to head to a